I'm Randy. I'm an alcoholic, and I have alcoholism, and that's why I'm here today, because I have a disease called alcoholism. We're talking about step two. We're reading about step two. We're delving into step two, but this meeting is not a meeting to learn something. It's not a place to come to learn something. This is a place to come and do something. This particular meeting. I mean, the first thing we do is meditate, which is not a learning thing. It's a do nothing thing, which is pretty uncommon in my world. There's not a lot of times where I pause for 20 minutes and think that would have any effect on making my life better. I think that pausing for 20 minutes is going to just slow me down from being able to get the things I need to get done and the things that I need to have to get as mine. And so meditation seems like an impediment to having what I want in the day that I'm in. And so I have to come here and do it in a group because I can do it here. My mind doesn't shout so loudly, what an idiot you are for sitting for 20 minutes doing nothing. And so that's a beginning. And then this meeting is built on that saying that you just read in step two. That true humility and an open mind. So the humility just to sit for 20 minutes and do nothing. And the open mind, which is being open to something new right now in this moment, can lead us to faith. And every AA meeting, or this one in particular, is an assurance that God will restore me to sanity if I rightly relate myself to Him. So this meeting is about rightly relating yourself to God. It's not about learning something. But if I'm in this meeting, the way that I could rightly relate myself to my higher power right now, what makes sense to me right now is, God, could you help me to be here in this room? Could you help me to be present? Could you help me to hear what's being said? And I always say this, it's not because what I'm saying is important, but because listening is important if I'm sitting in a meeting and I went there and I'm not the speaker. Because what the hell else am I there for? Am I there to fantasize about work? Am I there to fantasize about women and money and what it would be like if I had a faster car? No, that's not why I came here. I came here to be restored to sanity. And I get restored to sanity by rightly relating myself to this higher power. So this meeting is about practicing some meditation and starting from there with the set aside prayer that I help me to not know anything right now. So no judgment is necessary. What I'm saying does not matter. It has no bearing on your life. I'm not going to say anything that's going to change you. If you're going to change, it's because you had some humility and an open mind and you allowed a power to come into your mind. No matter what I'm saying. No matter what anybody else in this room is saying. I do not restore myself to sanity. I think that I can come to a meeting and learn some new information, and then I can take that new information out into the world and use that new information to restore myself to sanity. And that's not what happens. It's 12 steps. And step two, to talk about step two without step one is insane. Because if I'm not sitting here right now in a place of complete defeat, if I'm not sitting here in a place of, okay, on my own power, I cannot sit in this room and listen. I cannot do it. I'm a complete defeat at sitting in this room and hearing every word that's said. I'm going to need some help. And if I'm not here with the spirit of complete defeat, then I'm here with a knowing, with some information, with some power. And my life is not unmanageable. My life is manageable. What goes on inside of me is manageable. I'll listen and I'll agree and disagree with whatever's being said, but that's me managing my life. That's me deciding what's right and wrong in my life. And I think that if I don't listen from a place of judgment and a critical mind, that I could be misled and I will lose all my power and someone will take advantage of me. But that is me allowing me to block everything that could be useful to me out of my life. That's me holding on to my old ideas. That's me judging everything that's happening right now by everything that's ever happened to me before right now. Even if it was in AA. So I get to right now be present, be here, share my life with a higher power, have a new experience that I've never ever had before. Be present with other people in the room. Wow, look, there's other people here. They all have their own stuff going on. Hi, Josh. So, with the spirit of complete defeat, I can stand ready to do anything which will lift my merciless obsession. My merciless obsession is to be self-satisfied. It says that in step 7. It says exactly that. I'll read it. I know we're in step 2, but it's all tied together. It says, true, most of us, or I thought good character was desirable. But obviously good character was something I need to get on with the business of being self-satisfied. And that's my business, is to be self-satisfied. My merciless obsession is not alcohol today. It's to be self-satisfied. And when I stand ready to do anything which will lift my merciless obsession, then I could walk into step 2. And I could start right now in this room, right here, right now, coming to believe more that there's a power greater than me, and that power is the only power that can restore me to sanity. I am the wrong power for that job. And the way that I know that I am trying to restore myself to sanity is when I have an argumentative mind. And that's not an argument with you. It's an argument inside of me. When I'm arguing with my life, with it not being the way I think it should be, with people not acting the way I think they should act. Sometimes I argument out loud, but most of the argument that needs to be stopped is the one that's going on inside of me right now in this room. Arguing with what I'm saying, arguing with the temperature, arguing with the seat you got, arguing with, or you might not even be in the room. You might be at work arguing with your boss, or at home arguing with your wife. Your body's here, but your argument's going on 1,000,000 miles from here. The minute I stop arguing, I begin to see and feel. And that minute is right now, always. I stand at the turning point right now. I ask God's protection and care with complete abandon of self, or I stand at the turning point right now and I ask my protection and care with complete abandon of God. There are no half measures. I'm either in one world or I'm in the other. And the only decision I get to make is which world am I going to put my attention in. I love my life today. I love my life. That I get to be here and have this experience. Something's going on right here, right now. You can feel it. So I'm just grateful. So grateful. So now we're going to read some stuff out of step 2. And we're going to open the meeting up for sharing. But really, it's about being present right now.